Welcome back to another video, traders, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to Tesla Trends. I'm TJ. We got a great video for you today, but before we get into that, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's take a look at the chart. Here's the chart for Tesla. We're on a 10-day, 10-minute chart here. Pretty surprising day, honestly. SPY took off to a new all-time high. Tesla was up pre-market above the 699 support, came down, tested the top of the downtrend here, and shot up all the way to 690 briefly. Might have to put a new resistance line here. It's the same place that we got rejected pre-market yesterday. I'll look into that over this weekend. We got rejected there, came back down through 669 again and bounced off the top of the downtrend line here and ended up closing green, just a couple of points on the day above the 669 here. So interesting to see today, and obviously the market was incredible, and we'll get into that for a second, but I do want to highlight, because I talked about it yesterday, how I thought it would be tough to get back above this line. And obviously the opposite was true. It's like this line wasn't even there today. But on the other hand, the downtrend line still showing very strong support or resistance on whichever side we're on. So we saw today we're just flying through this 669 level like it's not even there, but both times we bounced off of this downtrend line. Now let's look at SPY real quick, because as I said, and I'm sure you guys noticed, just took off and hit a new all-time high. So yeah, out to 422.82, very strong on the close yesterday. Stayed up all night, continued through pre-market, and at the open straight up to this 422 level, eventually almost hitting 423, and just kind of chopping around in that area, closing above 422. So super strong day for the market and holding up all day long. The Nasdaq wasn't quite as strong, but there was a bit of a pop. This chart actually was much more similar to Tesla's as opposed to the S&P chart. We had a pre-market pop, came back down into support, came up again, back into support, and closed just barely green on the day. So very similar to what we saw with Tesla. Pop, testing support, popping again, testing support, and closing green. So we're still kind of following that Nasdaq, not as much the S&P. I guess it shows some strength that we got back above these levels here. That's great to see, but with the market hitting all-time highs, personally I wanted to see a bigger move. I think it shows a little bit of weakness that this is all we got, but you got to be happy with what you get, especially when we were in a very scary situation yesterday, closing all the way down here at 663, below our supports, below our trend line. Now we're back up in somewhat of a safer position, and I think maybe it's starting to play out like I've talked about in a couple of previous videos and in some of the comments in response to your questions. People asking about this, consolidation into the bottom of the growth channel here, and when is it going to happen. And I've said a few times that we might just follow this line all the way until it crosses that channel, as opposed to following the downtrend. I don't know if we're seeing that yet, but it did seem like, obviously today, sideways action as opposed to downtrending. But it's interesting that today it's like this support line wasn't even here. We're just popping in and through it, which I think that's a bad sign, because we did bounce off this downtrend line twice. So that tells me that's where the trend is. And we're not, there wasn't really much support here, even when we got above it. Came back down through it 3 times today. Finally, at the end of the day, we bounced off this. But the first couple bounces that we got were basically off of this downtrend line. We'll see what happens next week. If the SPY continues to push all-time highs, we're probably going to be okay. Worst case scenario, we're going to trend sideways. If that doesn't keep up, I'd expect us to start to follow this downtrend line again. That's pretty much it for today, though, guys. Interesting day on the market. I don't know about you, but I was pretty surprised to see such a strong day. After 7 or so down days for the market in a row, I was expecting a green day, but I was thinking maybe just barely green. as opposed to, a new all-time high off of a huge bounce for the SPY that we saw. But it's certainly very interesting looking at the indexes and how Tesla responded today. I didn't take a single trade today. It's a very, very unusual day. I was sitting here looking at markets all day long and didn't take a single trade. I'd love to know what you guys thought about the action today. I think it's very interesting, and I can't wait to see what happens on Monday if we're going to get continuation on this strength, and see what Tesla's going to do in response to that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please leave a like if you did, and let me know in the comments what you think. As always, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every single day. And if you want to see more of my face, you can check out my main channel, Trading Trends, where I do analysis for different stocks every day as well. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.